YouTube, it's your boy Jake Gutter in the building, holding shit down. Today we finna do our review on this new Soul Gear on the MS Heroes. We're gonna see what the business is. Looks like Nexon did take some of my suggestions into consideration because they straight up represented. All right. First, let's hit up Luminous. Alright, now, Luminous got amazing Soul Gear. Straight up amazing. Did a damn good job on him. Alright, so his first one increases shield damage reduction by 15% and the skill range by 1. So, that applies to his second skill, I do believe. So, let's go ahead and check that out. So, that applies to his second skill here. So, his hitbox over there has been extended to the Muzaka hitbox, so it's just like, you know, it's a big area, which is cool. You know, his range is only 2 tiles in a cross pattern, you know, and 1 diagonally, which we can live with because it's a second skill. Let's see, his shield allies. Let's see here, decreases incoming damage by 20%, and his Soul Gear added how much here? Add an additional 15%. So that's 35% shield and damage reduction, which is pretty awesome. Basically, I think that's the same as Valkyrie's when Valkyrie uses her third. So that's pretty awesome. 35% is no joke. That's definitely a very useful skill. Definitely feeling that right now. Out of all the characters who got Soul Gear today, I do believe Luminous is the best because they straight up fixed every last one of his flaws. Now it does look like he has a little Chihuahua dog. Not too cool with that. I don't like how they gave him that animal, but I mean it is what it is at the end of the day. Now his second one over here increases disarm chance by 10%, which brings his disarm up to 100%. That is OP as fuck. There's no getting around it. That is OP. And the skill effect range by 1. So that's what we needed right there. Because that's what I was requesting. Is this one, you'll have the 2 tiles in the cross pattern. Well, they extended it by 1. So that means he can go 2 diagonal, 3 up. So his hitbox is pretty damn big here. Now his actual hitbox to where he attacks is still the same size, but it's his yellow one that extends. And that's what we needed from his third. Because it wasn't so much the hitbox, it was his range. We needed more range on his third skill for him to be effective. Now, in order for the disarm to... He does have to kill somebody for this to take effect. But if you kill somebody, he's going to mess some people up. So all in all, his Soul Gear is just fucking amazing. No getting around it. Now, it does add... 200 to dodge, which nobody really cares about. MP recovery by 4, which is pretty impressive. Increases defense and counter rate by 200. Counter rate's so worthless. Now, as far as building this guy goes, let's look at his base stats. Now, as far as building Luminous here, he's not going to take on the bell roll. What is his first skill here? You can't, look at that hitbox with his range on his first skill. His hitbox is nice, but his range on it is not ideal to build as a counter hero. And I think that building Luminous as a counter hero is retarded. Not the most effective thing to do. I think the best build for Luminous is going to be a DPS build. Like a tanky DPS build. That's going to be your best thing for you. His attack is a little low, but you just got to go for the Hail Mary. You just got to go for the Hail Mary and just hope to God he kills somebody. Now, he would be good, on this map, on the cleanup crew. If you send him in on the 4th slot, he can also heal and kill somebody. You know, so he's good there. I could see him being useful on, Ice map. Even with his buff. Even with his buff to his stats here from his Soul Gear. I still don't see him being super... he's not going to be a tier 1 hero on every map to where it's oh my god, I'm going to throw in Luminous and just kill everybody. He has some amazing skills, but still his passive is the most complicated in the game. fucking complicated as shit. I still think he's a good hero, but I think that he's more like the vibe that I get from Nexon for the Maplestory's heroes is that they're all pretty much built for the Tower of Donhell. So that's pretty much where they're at over here, is the Tower of Donhell. And each one of them is going to play a role in this. You know, there's only a few of them. Now, I know you see that. Your boy's climbing. So I'm going to beat the 122 here soon. I should be able to beat the whole tower this weekend. So your boy is climbing. But anyways, getting off sidetracked here. Luminous is a great hero. Do I think he's going to be optimal in Battle of Honor? No, I don't think so. But is it going to be valuable in the Tower of Dawn? Fuck yeah. He's going to be a Tower of Dawn monster over here. So I definitely like him, and he does have the 4 movements. So I do see him being OP. Now, if we had to force him into Battle of Honor, I could see him being good on Ice Map. I could see him being good on Square Map. Like maybe if you put him like in the 3rd slot or something, and he like comes up from the back, you know, and he doesn't keep going straight. I could see him being good there. Lava Map wouldn't be too bad for him because it's close quarters. Now, as far as the best build for him, I would say I would probably go an Angel's Knight set. He does only have 4 movements, so I'd want him to be able to get there. His range is not super extensive on his second, so I wouldn't mind putting like a Pathfinder on him. I'd probably go with the Arrogant Pureblood set, like a revival set, over the Beast Rain, but the Beast Rain would work too. One or the other. I don't think it really matters. Full Dasso, and I'd go the Knight of Dawn set on him. Just make him as DPS as possible to try to fuck some shit up. So all in all, as far as a grade for Luminous's soul gear, I'd give him an A+, because they addressed every issue that this man had. They did the absolute best of representing for him. Alright, now next up we're going to do Aran here. Now I know that a lot of people are really excited about Aran, soul gear and stuff, so we're just going to go ahead and check it out, and I'm going to break it down for you. And we're going to see what the business is. Alright, now Aran got some pretty good soul gear. I know there was a typo going on earlier today to where they're talking about it. Now this is what I wanted them to do with her soul gear here. Now she does have a pig, not a fan of that. Alright, now the passive effect increases max HP by an additional 20%. Additional effect cast 1 charge buff on the character at the beginning of each turn. So at the beginning of each turn, she automatically gets a charge, which is awesome. So that means on turn 2, you can use her 3rd skill. Now, the thing over here, though, is her max HP over here, to where they're adding the 20%. Now, it's not like, okay, because I think after everything jumps up, it jumps up to a 50%. Now, it's not like, hey, if she has 100k HP, it's going to add 50k HP. No, it doesn't work like that. What it does is it's going to go off of her like base HP. So it's going to go off of like all the armor that you have on. No modifications are going to be added to it. It's just throwing off your flat HP number. So if you're looking at like gear wise, like this one right here, it adds 4,248 to HP. So you calculate what her base HP is, and you add up all of her brooch HP and her armor HP, and you're going to get 50% of that number, which is still pretty excellent, but it's not how some people are interpreting it. So don't interpret it wrong. Now, a lot of people are wondering, is she going to have promise in Battle of Honor and such, you know, with this 3rd skill hitting so hard? No. She is not going to be, she's not going to be super broken in Battle of Honor. I don't even see her being a Battle of Honor hero, truthfully. Her skill sets are just not what it is. Now, her 3rd over here, see, now, if they would have changed this, her attack range, and added like 2 tiles or something, we'd be having a different conversation right now. But with her being a melee hero on her most powerful skill, this is not going to be ideal. Even with this, if you had the 3 charges and you hit somebody, it's just not. I just don't really see it. So she's just not really that, but in the Tower of Dawn, she's amazing. So as far as boss killing and stuff of that nature, hell yeah, she's the fucking truth. But don't expect to see her on any of the top tier level Battle of Honor teams. She is not her skill sets do not really optimize her being a Battle of Honor hero. It just doesn't. So she's not going to be OP in that. So people who are thinking that her soul gear, now if her soul gear did work like that, to where with each charge you can get, you know, the actual percentage of what your HP is, because you can jump her up pretty high. You can get her up to like 260k HP, and if you were getting 50% of that, I mean, that would be fucking awesome. She would be broken as shit. So no, that's not how it works, and that's not what the situation is. So don't count on that part of that soul gear doing that. Now her other one over here, this one increases double attack damage by 20% and decreases the skill MP consumption by 24, which is pretty good. But that, I do believe, is her second skill. Let's look. Oh no, that's her third skill. That's pretty impressive. So you can spam that, which, doesn't really make no sense, because you're never going to have enough charges to activate her whole shebang there and to run it 2 times in a row. As far as boss killing though, yep, that's where it's at, because this does cost a lot of MP, and her base MP is pretty low. Yep, 246. So all in all, with her soul gear that they did for her, since they gave her to charge every turn, that was like a must for her to be valuable. Like that right there gave her somewhat of a glimmer of hope of being in Battle of Honor, like, you know, shining it out. But the thing that really upset me was her first hitbox over here. Now, I know that some people are wondering, hey, you know, instead of using Crut for Friday's guild raids, we're just going to throw her in there. No, she's still not going to out-damage Crut, because the fact of the matter is the co-op. Now, when you're co-op attacking, every time that a hero hits that target, that means that she's hitting them also. Well, she wouldn't be able to, because she has this cross pattern, so she can't hit diagonally. Now, if they would have allowed her to hit diagonally, shoot, she might out damage Crut. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. We'd have to test it to see what the situation is. But since she can't, she's not going to be ideal for guild raids. Now, you could throw her in there for DPS. But the thing that really messes her up for guild raids is her launching skill. Anybody with a launching skill, it's kind of complicated. It makes it really hard to predict their movement and what all they're going to do. So she is just primarily a Tower of Dawn hero. You could run her in Battle of Honor, but she's not going to be ideal. Same thing with Luminous. You could run him in Battle of Honor, and on some maps, he will shine, but that's not his ideal situation to shine. It's going to be in the Tower of Dawn, and that's the same situation with her. So, if you're buying her soul gear to use her in Battle of Honor, don't do it, because you're wasting. Luminous is a must. You could use him in Battle of Honor, but just all the stipulations on all of his skills, I just don't see him being a top tier choice of people to pick. There's just too many heroes who could do more stuff. Now, if he didn't have any stipulations on his disarm over here, then hell yeah, he'd be fucking super broken. But they kind of had to add that in there because he'd be broken regardless. Now, his damage multiplier is high, 190%, and it restores the allies' HP by 67%. That's pretty fucking OP right there. Now, truthfully, in my opinion, I would have left his disarm at the 90%, and I would have jumped up his healing, how much he heals, rather than getting that 100% disarm, because he's just not really, in Battle of Honor, you don't really want, and this goes the same with Aran, you don't really want heroes to where you have to wait till their second turn for them to really fuck some shit up. That's not ideal for Battle of Honor. You want to be able to fuck somebody up immediately. You want to be able to wipe them off the map. One shot. That's what we're going for. One shot the other team's heroes. And you don't want to count on people to where it's like, okay, I'm going to take these 2 hits and I'm going to kill them. That's not your ideal situation there. So both of them I don't feel is ideal for the situation. Now, Eunwol, man, Eunwol, man, they represent it. Now, I know a lot of y'all might not comprehend how serious this is, but hold on. My homeboy SF built one here, because, you know, he's got all the gears. He's got everything already plus 13. Let's look at his. Now, I had him do some testing for me so that we can check it out and see what exactly does Eunwol bring to the building. Now, we're going to check out his, since he already made his soul gear to hold on. Hail to my homeboy, Lord Momo over here. You know my dog's always representing with Lord Momo. Anyways, let's get into Eunwol over here. Where does he have him? He probably already has him at a level 70, knowing him. Yeah, my dog's a goon. Alright. Now, look at his equipment build. Now, this right here is... Now... This is the best equipment build for the man. Now, as far as I'm concerned, though, I would do the Taunting Busybody over this, because it does add the HP. You are getting the 50% to aggro, and it does have a necklace, so you're gonna go ahead and handle some of those mastery problems. Now, as far as this build goes, besides the 2-star set, this is the absolute best build for this man. With the High Human Guardian, he is retarded. Now, SF did a test for me, and with this build that he has right here, when he's standing on a special tile, because he does have the soul gear. Hold on, let me pull it up. He does. I don't think I could pull up the soul gear. But anyways, with this build right here, he had Eunwol up to 298k HP. That is fucking retarded. 71% defense. Now, trying to kill somebody with that much HP is just ridiculous. Now, he'll have the High Human Guardian on, which I do believe is the best. This is the best way. See, now, I know that people have been getting into debates. They're like, who's better? Is Valkyrie or Eunwol better as far as a DPS tank goes? A tank, period. Now, Eunwol is a better tank. Like an all-around natural tank. I give Eunwol, it's not a comparison. Now, Valkyrie is a DPS. She's a DPS hybrid tank. This right here, to me, is the best build for her. Straight up love it. Got the 100% mastery, high crit rate, high attack. She's going to fuck some shit up. And she still has high HP. So, I feel like she's more built like a... Oh, I don't have the extra necklace on. Oh, I went with the ring. That's right, because I got some of my pots messed up. But anyways, she's a hybrid. She's a DPS tank. She's a DPS character because you can get her up to 196k attack, no problem. You can get her up to the 100ks, no problem too. The highest I ever seen was like 106k attack. You can get her up to a high attack, but she'll still have extremely high defense and high HP. To where you're not just going to one-shot her. It's impossible. You're just not going to do it with her built like that. Now, SF, he's been running Valkyrie, like, that's the gear that he had on Valkyrie, and, you know, I told him to switch it over. Now, Valkyrie's better off as the DPS tank, and Eunwol's better like that. Now, having him and surrounding with the High Human Guardian on maps like the Swamp map. The Swamp map, oh man, Eunwol, you're going to see his ass everywhere with that soul gear because he's going to be broken. Because it's going to be so hard to kill the other team with the High Human Guardian busting off. And, yeah, with that. So let's just go ahead and pull up his soul gear. Where is he at? I've been working on him. Almost got him to a 70 here. So I've been working on him. I've spent all my crystals today trying to get himself up there. So, his other one, they kind of shortchanged us on this one. Increases his seal chance by 10%, so that brings up his seal to 100%. Now, here's the other argument with him versus Valkyrie. Now, Valkyrie, she's a hybrid tank. Why? Because of her skill sets. Now, who's better as an overall tank is going to be Eunwol. For a simple fact is look at all the CC this man's got. His skills do all kinds of stuff. So you got his skill right here, which has a high damage multiplier, which has a 201.9% of attack, and that jumps it up to 100% sealing his targets for 2 turns. That is fucking OP as shit. And if the target is on a special terrain tile, which is any type of special terrain tile, this skill decreases the target's recovery by 75% for 2 turns. That is fucking amazing for a tank. So all that shit's popping off. Now on maps like Swamp Map, everybody's on the grass, so it's already going to activate. On maps like the ice map, it's already going to activate. Now on bridge map, you got to keep in mind that this man does have water walk and there is spikes. So I'm thinking run him in the second slot, and he's going to go ahead, and I think if the other team goes first, he's going to try to attack the first slot hero because they are the closest. He's going to prioritize himself with that. And if he does go for that, he's going to go up onto the water tile. And even if Demos pulls, you know what I'm saying, he's going to run over there to the spikes to attack Demo. So it's like I see him being promising on that map also. So it's not like he's just a one-time thing going on over here. Now, as far as what I feel is the best build for him, is I think the Crusader's Path is better because you're getting the regen from the Crusader's Path. Where's it at here? Hold on, let me pull it up. Alright, so this one right here, it's going to increase his HP. You might as well round it off to 3k, and recovers his HP by 5% every turn and increases his defense. So this, you're getting 5% from this. The Taunting Busybody does, it adds HP too, so he's getting another 3,500 HP from that, and his defense is going up, plus he's getting the aggro, and you got the High Human Guardian, which he's going to be getting another 6% to regen, so that's 11%, and then plus from the Trinity set, you're getting, what is the Trinity set? Another 5%, so that's 16% regen. That's just off of the equipment that he's wearing. 16%. And when he's sitting at 300k HP, that's retarded. Now, I did have him test and do a Golden Tiger build too, just for the hell of it, just to see what the situation was. This man had 400k HP. 400 fucking k HP. Are you kidding me? Try to kill something with 400k HP. Good luck with that. It's going to take one hell of a monster, Lena, to fucking immobilize this motherfucker to where he can't move and to fuck him up. It's going to be difficult. So, let's pull him back up here. So, he's going to be a pain in the ass. So, best believe that. So, in my opinion, he's the best true tank, period. Because of all his CC, his high HP, and on the special tiles, he's going to be a motherfucker. Now, is he super broken? I don't think that he's super broken for the simple fact that you can use heroes like Demos to pull him off of that special tile. You can use people like Lena to go ahead and freeze his ass up to where he can't hit you. And you can go ahead and use her max HP % damage to counter him, but you're gonna literally have to prepare to counter this man. He is a goddamn monster, and that's all it is to it, because you build him like how SF has him built, and then you're running Bell behind him with the Omni set to heal his ass. Oh, good fucking luck. Good luck. So yeah, as far as his soul gear goes, I'm a little depressed on that they just did his ceiling chance. I feel like what they should have did is they should have added to his damage multiplier also, which would have been fucking awesome. Like, they could have threw in like an extra, like, I don't know, 15%, 10%, whatever. Now, the messed up thing about Eunwol over here is he's a required hero for Tower of Dawn. And let me show you what I'm talking about. We'll just jump off into it real quick so that you can see what the business is. Right here, 120. You could not beat this without Eunwol over here. Let me just show you what this board is real quick, just for the sake of the argument. And I feel like this is messed up. Now, whenever you see heroes, especially like Eunwol over here, when you see heroes that have special skill sets that not many people have, you always got to get them. Now, these are the death tiles for those of you who have not, are not strong enough to make it to hell mode or whatever. Now, these things right here, they spawn randomly different every turn. They spawn differently, so it's kind of hard. You got to kind of like take pictures of the map as you go, so you know where they're going to disappear at. Okay, now if one of these tiles pop up and your hero's on them, they're going to die. Now, there's only 3 heroes who ignore terrain damage, period. And that is Bell, that is Azrael, and now Eunwol. Now, this board, you cannot do enough. This boss right here, he does fixed damage. So, the most damage that this man can take is 25,000 to damage. That's the most he can take. And you can see the man sitting at 6 million HP. Now, it is impossible to beat this map right here without all 3 of them. If you try to just beat it with Bell and Azrael, you're not going to have enough DPS. It's not possible. It's just not possible. So shame on Nexon for doing that and putting his package up so early on to where none of us had the chance to get to 120 to really spread the word that you need this man to beat Hell Mode. You have to have him. So that was bullshit. So I'm not too happy about that. So now, as far as all the soul gear goes, now Eunwol soul gear, I'll give them a B plus, just to be fair, just because the simple fact that I feel like they should have did more. They should have, I knew that they would probably just target one thing over here, but I'm glad that they addressed the seal over the decreased recovery for 2 turns. So that's not too bad, because that is no joke. So if they're on that tile, like on maps like Swamp Map, man, you can't heal yourself. You know what I'm saying? He's fucking you up, and then you surround him with 3 DPS. Shit, it's a game over. So Eunwol's he's a tier 1 hero all day, especially on those special maps, and even on the maps to where like Square Map, he's not super ideal because of that. There's no special terrain, but it still doesn't matter. Even with his actual skill sets here, I still love him, even without the ones that require the special terrain. You got this man taunting people for 2. He could taunt one person for 2 turns. Are you kidding me? And with that high ass HP, there's no chance for him not to hit them with that. So he's taking people out the game. So he also decreases movement by 2, so if you use this man first, if he hits him with that skill and you got Jin over there, and even if somebody's not in their passive range, he's still going to do his HP % damage. Now, Eunwol's like the only person that they actually made who was universal. He's good in PvP, he's good in PvE, so he's good in all aspects of the game. So, all in all, they did a damn good job. And he's needed for the Tower of Dawn. You're going to love this guy. So, with his skill set, it's going to come in handy. He's one of those heroes. I tried to tell y'all about him when his package went on sale to where you had to get him. So, all in all, if you have to go in orders of importance, if you did buy Eunwol, of course, you want to make his your number 1 priority. Why? Because he's a paid hero. You got to get it. Now, as far as the other 2s go, if you can only afford to buy 1 package and you don't got Eunwol, hands down, Luminous is way better than Aran's. And Luminous is going to be... Luminous you can actually use in Battle of Honor and be effective, versus Aran, I don't really see Aran being effective in Battle of Honor at all because of the way that her skill sets are. It's just not practical. There's too many people who are way better. She's not going to be broken. You're not going to see her on all the top tier teams. Same thing with Luminous. There's too many stipulations on his skill sets, but you can use them. So I would put Luminous up at number 1. I would put Aran's at number 2, of course, because you don't got Eunwol. Now, if you got Eunwol, Eunwol takes priority over everybody. Why? He's a paid hero. So you want to have his soul gear. Now, let's check out the packages that they do have for the soul. Now, this one right here, I believe, is the best way to go about it. Now, they are taxing the 80 for it, which I feel is a little outrageous. That's way too high for the 3 of them. I think the last time they sold 3... Oh, I guess I thought it was $69.99. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's always been $80. I mean, I don't know. But I feel like that's outrageous. I think $50 is a fair price if they had to tax something. Even $50 I feel is a little too much. But, at $50, it would be okay. Now, keep in mind that when you do buy this package, see all these little things? See how this one gives out the 10K to the soul stones and it gives the 1,000,000 to gold? Now when you buy it all in one, I know it doesn't say it, but you get all that shit too. So don't feel like you're going to be better off buying them all individually, because it doesn't matter. You're still going to get the same stuff. So that's that. Let's see. Let's go over fucking Lucas's soul gear here. Now Lucas, they like represented for this man. Straight up represented for this man. Where's it at here? That's not it. Okay, here we go. They got it pulled up right here. All right, now Lucas, they super represented for him. Now he's like the immortal. Like, this is about time that they do something for Lucas. Now I kind of feel bad that I never maxed him out because his skill sets was just so ridiculous. Now look at that. His weapon over here, his Valkyrie rifle is given 400 defense, awesome. 200 to crit rate, awesome. Now this applies to his third skill, increases skill damage by 19.2%, which is really good, and the skill duration by 1 turn. I'll have to look at his skills. I don't even know what the fucking skills do. That's how worthless he's been. He's actually pretty good for DPS. Now, his wings over here, 200 to dodge, nobody cares about. Counter damage, nobody cares about. The passive effect additionally increases HP by 4% and defense by 400 upon activation. Additional effects: if 3 or more enemies are infected, then HP does not fall below 1,000. So if you got 3 people within this man's range, he cannot die. So on the Tower of Dawn Hell, that's gonna be impressive. Now, what I'm curious about is I'll have to do more testing, and I probably should have tested it. Is I wonder if the death tiles would still kill him if he had three people around him. I wonder how that works. Like, I truly, I don't know. So, is this what is so? I don't even know why we looked at that. I forgot we can look straight up at this. Which one applies to that? Okay, so it is his skill duration for 1 turn. All right, so it's this skill. All right, so decreases their movement by 2 and defense for 1 turn. Okay, so this makes it last for 2 turns now. So that's pretty good. To drop their defense by, I don't even know what the final number is, and decrease their attack, that's pretty effective. But it still doesn't change the fact he's going to be good in the Tower of Dawn, just because on some people you can have him surround some people and put some aggro on this man, put the taunting busybody at him, and just let him do his thing. His base stats suck. There's no getting around it. Poor Lucas, he looks handicapped. He is handicapped. But with that, he's going to move into the Tower of Dawn conversation, so at least there is a use for him. So in Hell, we're definitely going to be using this man. Now, I haven't seen any boards to where I can implement that, plus I don't have his soul gear to that point. Do I think it's worth getting his soul gear and maxing that to a 10? I don't at this time, until I get further along in the Tower of Dawn and get a, look at the boards and see if this would actually be useful. Now, this could be useful. Now, everybody has such high HP in the Tower of Dawn Hell to where it's not like you can have, no one hero can solo any map besides Phantom a couple times. If it's like those maps to where they just have to survive, then yeah, it's cool. Like last month, they had a board to where you just had to survive for X amount of turns, and you had to use Phantom, and you had to steal the buff from one of the minions to keep him alive. Now, it would have been useful there, because then you could have just had him, because you had a mob of people surrounding you, so you could have just threw Lucas in there with that soul gear, and he would do it no problem, and you wouldn't have to rely on Phantom's soul gear to his copy buff to beat the level. You could just beat it the first try. So on stuff like that, it's cool. Battle of Honor, there's no application for him or anything of that nature. So all in all, they did an okay job on him. I still don't see him being useful. Now he's actually does pretty good damage in guild raids on Saturday's boss. So if you don't have like if you don't have other people, like, he does do a good job. You'll just have to try him. Now, let's just check out all the packages here. The Perfect Gene box, I don't feel like it's worth it, but it is worth it if you don't have Eunwol maxed. He takes like 1,000,000 fucking Perfect Genes to max. If you did go out of your way to get him, you might as well just max him and use him. That's my philosophy on any type of hero of that nature. Now, they got this package back again. Do I feel like it's worth the 1,000 crystals? No. No, I do not. But 100k soul stones will not go far. If you use those 100k soul stones, you can probably get like one weapon to like a level 8, 9 if you're lucky. So you're not going to take one weapon from a 1 to a 10. It's just not going to happen. Now, this is good for getting stuff up to like a level 7. I usually like to get my equipment up to a level 7, and then I'll just throw 3 books at it. Just throw 3 books at it, make it a 10. That's the easiest route to go around it. So do I feel like this is worth it? No. But if you're just a savage, go ahead and get it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Now, this package right here, they brung back, which is good for the people who are not in top tier guilds, and if you got one of the new heroes and you want a plus 10 their soul gear immediately, this is where it's at. Just go ahead and get this. With the 10k, you can probably get it to like, I don't know, probably like a level 5 if you're lucky. We don't care about the gold or the energy potions. They just kind of threw those in there to justify them charging you $30. Do I feel like it's worth $30? Fuck no. Would I buy that? Fuck no. I think to justify the price for this, they should have gave you six summoning scrolls. 6 summoning scrolls, I think, would be somewhat acceptable, but it's not acceptable because they're throwing in all this other shit that you don't care about. We don't care about the 1,000,000 gold. Now, they're trying to throw gold back in it. It doesn't cost gold to swap equipment anymore. So, throwing gold into any equation is bullshit because they're probably banging you in the head like $10 for the gold and the soul stones. Probably more. Knowing Nexon, they probably feel like each one of those is worth $10 damn, knowing them. So if you took out the 1,000,000 gold, maybe they would sell it for $20. Do I still feel like that's worth it? Fuck no. So I wouldn't recommend getting that package. That package is just not where it's at. Let's see, the next one here. This one I'm very enticed about. Because 40, now you get 45k mana stones for the 50. Now you do get the 600 crystals, so that kind of, what is that? That's like $20 worth of crystals. If you were just looking at it from the flat point, yeah, that's like $20 worth of crystals. So basically, if you look at it from that standpoint and you're not looking at the bonus that you're getting, so it's basically like, hey, you're paying $30 for 45k mana stones. Now, if you are trying to beat the Tower of Dawn Hell and you don't have the Ami sets, that package right there, I mean, since it does come with some crystals, man, I mean, mana stones are so hard to come by. I actually kind of feel like this is worth it. Like, it's definitely high price, but if you had to pick one package that you were planning on buying, if you want to beat the Tower of Dawn Hell and you don't have Ami sets, that package right there, that's a holler at your boy. And you could buy 3 of them. That's like fucking retarded. That's like 100 and like, I don't know, like 35k fucking mana. I can only imagine how many immunities you can get with 135k. Like, that's just fucking retarded. I wouldn't give them the money for it. You know, I definitely wouldn't pay that. But if you're a super whale and you just got it like that, I mean, fuck it, why not? That'll definitely help to get those immunities that you need on certain heroes. Because I was having a problem myself. Because the one thing that I'm depressed about is this right here. Last time Ami was up, I tried to get it to like the last second. There was like 30 minutes left, and I was able to get 2 fucking pieces. I was so depressed about that because the Ami set is now a super valued set because it definitely makes the Tower of Dawn easier. I think I was 2-piecing somebody. Yeah, I was 2-piecing somebody for the tower. So I almost got 2 sets. Now, as far as the Tower of Dawn goes, if you don't have a lot of one set is mandatory. You need one set of Ami. So if you plan, this should be everybody's main focus in the game, is to beat this Tower of Dawn Hill. Because these fucking set equipments that they give you is fucking OP as shit. Definitely, in my opinion, better than all, besides the one that's guild raid orientated. I don't really like that one. And if I do beat this tower and I do get that set, I'm going to be pissed the fuck off because I don't want it. The other two are fucking amazing for Battle of Honor. I need them. I want them. So anything but that set. As long as I don't get that. So that should be your main focus because those sets are fucking amazing. So in order to beat that, if you're saving your crystals, especially if you're free to play, your number one priority right now should be to save the shit piss out of your fucking crystals and get you an Ami set. Get you an Ami set so you can beat the hell mode. Now, a lot of the boards don't take like super amazing gear to beat. Like a lot of them you're going to be keeping grace up the whole time. It's just having the proper heroes 5-star and whatnot. So get you an Ami set. That should be what you want to do there. Yep. So I did go for that. I did finish up a few other things. I did get my extra Angel's Knight set finished there. I did get the 2 pieces to the Ami, which it's getting close. So I'm done as far as 5-star goes now, since I have 2 of every set besides the Markman set and pretty much 2 Amis. I'm almost there. I did get an extra Devil's Knight set. Devil's Knight set is awesome to have 2 of them for guild raid purposes, Battle of Honor purposes too. So I mean, I did get that. What else? I might have got some other stuff in there, but who really cares? Oh, and a Ghost Step. Get your ass a Ghost Step. I feel like you need a 4-piece. Luckily, I have 2 sets, and I was going to transcend them, but thank the Lord I did not. The Ghost Step is one of those sets you're going to need for the Tower of Dawn Hell for sure. I do got my High Human Guardian set right there. I think I got another one. How many pieces did I get? I don't even fucking know. Did I miss it? Oh no, I think I got another set somewhere. I'm pretty sure I acquired a new one. So there's that one. Oh, it's got to be in here somewhere then. Yep, there it is. So I got 1, 2, 3. Is that it? I thought I had more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I got 4 extra pieces. So I'm gonna try to run 2 High Human Guardian sets on both my tanks and just see if it like reduces the damage of my, I don't know, just see if it even works. If not, I'm just gonna transcend the shit out of it. That's pretty much it to report. So anyways, that pretty much does it. I'll do a video later on. I'm gonna do one this weekend. I'm gonna go over what heroes you need for the Tower of Dawn and what type of immunities that you need to beat the damn thing. And I'm gonna go over what sets are required and how you can do it to see if it's even worth your time. So that way, if you are playing the Tower of Dawn Hell, you're not wasting your time beating something that's unbeatable. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't got Eunwol, you can't beat it, period. So it doesn't even matter if you don't got him. But if you do got him, we're going to go over some sets that you need. And we're going to go over some immunities that you need. Anyways, that does it for my review. I know it was kind of lengthy. It was on that bar status. My bad here. But anyways, it's your boy, Jay Gutter, in the building. Holla at your boy.